Welcome in. It is day 199, and you're speaking to the Meeples Champion. And today we're going to be going over a game that I actually did an unboxing of months ago. But I finally decided to get this one back to the table and get it out for you. So we're going to be talking about Tactiki. So what I like about this game is it's kind of almost an in-between of chess and checkers. You get 10 total totems from 1 to 5. You stack them in groups of 2 and put them on your side. Your opponent does the same, and you only can see the numbers. Very Stratego-esque in this way. Now, when you move one at a time, and you can move either forward, left, or right by 1 space. You have that option, or the option to reincarnate if any of your pieces are dead. Now, you move, you're slowly going forward, and at some point, you're going to collide. And when this happens, the way it works is you move one piece on top of the other, and now you reveal the top 2 pieces. So you see theirs, they see yours. Who has the bigger piece? If the bigger piece belongs to the attacker, then they'll pop theirs off, pop yours off, yours is removed, they drop theirs down again, and if there's another one below it, they now attack that piece. Obviously, the higher number wins, however, 5s lose to 1s. So you do this until eventually only one person is left, or there's a tie. If there's a tie, until that tying piece from the top leaves, it is considered to be controlling the stack. So now it can't move the stack, it has to move by itself, but that stack is frozen. If you ever get to the other side and you get your piece onto a spawning spot, the piece is permanently there, you can't do anything, it is lost to you. Meanwhile, on the flip side, when the people are getting their pieces eliminated, you usually don't want to reincarnate right away. You want to wait for multiple pieces so that they don't know what it is, and then you can reincarnate to those spawning spots. So you could reincarnate there and then move over and jump on top of the one that was there, and hopefully you're better and you beat it. Now, the issue running into what's going on with these spawning spots for you would be if somebody clogs them all up, you are stuck. So how do you win? Well, you win by being the first person to stack 5 of yours up. The instant somebody gets their 5th one stacked on a totem, they win the game. It's really quite simple. They do a really cool job of bringing simplicity into this game, but having some really nice pieces to it. It's a pretty cool looking game. I really like it as a new little strategic 2-player game. But why don't we jump in, talk about this in our 7 categories, and see where it really ranks for us. When it comes to that art, I don't think anybody can disagree. This box is really beautiful. And I think the pieces, the multiple different boards you can play on, all reflect that. It's a huge thumbs up. Your components. So now there's so many pieces to this. Again, I don't consider the box a component, but the box is very nice. This is one of the better boxes I have. On top of that, inside of the box, you actually have a packing insert for your individual pieces to push into, and it's really good there too. Helps protect those pieces. When it comes to the pieces, you're primarily working with your actual stacks here, and all of these are a really nice plastic. They're a good size, and I just really think that they've done a really good job on these, not only for the visual, but they're not going to easily break. I mean, I'm not looking to chuck this at a wall or anything, but I wouldn't expect it to break if you did. And on top of that, you have a regular board, your classic cardboard board, but then you also have a really nice play mat. And it's a different setup, so you can play different style games depending on what mood you're in. So I love everything they included here. Big thumbs up. Your price. So this one's probably in that range of about $40 to $50. I think that this is a really good price for this game. You're getting a lot here. It's a great quality. It's definitely something that, for me, if you are a big fan of 2-player games, it's worth every dollar. Go for it. Thumbs up. Your difficulty. I think this is a good game for all levels. Experienced and experts, it's all about do they or do they not like 2-player games. If they do, this will be fine for them. But I don't think this gets eliminated on that level if they're not. It's all about what your preference is. You may not love a Kickstarter that has a game based on worker placement, or has a game based on deck building or bag building. Everybody has their preference of game mechanic. If you're into 2-player games, experts and experienced will love this. But it's also a fun game, I think, for kids and for beginners. It's no difference to me than, say, chess. I think it's a little bit easier to get into, but it has more of an actual theme to it. So big thumbs up there. Replayability, it follows right in there with that difficulty. For all the people who are willing to play this, who like two-player games, it's not going to take too long. It's a fast-moving game. And because you do have the multiple mats with a little bit different play style on them, it gives you the option to switch it up and play different game styles from game to game. So I think that's a really good design. It helps the replayability huge. Thumbs up. Your keys to victory. So the keys to victory to me reflect the keys to victory that you get from, say, Stratego. You're hiding all your numbers. So it's up to you to decide how you're going to start the game. And as you move, obviously, you're going to be slowly moving your people around and trying to set up attacks. Well, while you're doing this, it's the same concept as Stratego, and then it's the people kind of go in. They may be sacrificing to try to figure out what you have. Now, the major differences being you're dealing with 25% of the pieces in this game compared to Stratego. So it's a lot less being able to risk it because you might lose 2 or 3 pieces and then realize, oops, I messed up. But unlike Stratego, you can reincarnate. So you have the option to get those pieces back. So while it's a lot more of your pieces will die percentagely when you lose a piece, you also are going to be able to get them right back to the board. Overall, I think that when it comes to this, it's definitely, for me, got plenty of keys to the victory there. I got to give it a thumbs up. Unique. Is the game unique? I think you've heard me mention the game Stratego a few times. I also mentioned chess. I could reflect this to quite a few of the two-player games. I think that this is a fun game, and I don't think that you can't own it when you own one of those. It's a nice one to mix into the bunch. But when choosing a game to play, it would all be kind of grouped into that same two-player strategy game that I would choose from. It's not unique. It's got to be a thumbs down. Overall, what do I think? I think this is one of the best two-player Kickstarters I invested in. I think that it's a great two-player game. It's a great setup of a design, and it's a game that I would suggest other people try to get to their games on their tables and play with their friends if you're into these two-player strategy games. But that's just my opinion. Maybe you're not into two-player games, or maybe you're happy that you've already got the one big two-player game that works for you. And if that's the case, whatever works for you is perfectly fine. Well, it has been day 199, and we've been speaking about the game Tactiki. And you've been speaking to the Meeples Champion. Like, share, subscribe, and check down below in the description where I'll be adding an Amazon link in case you want to get this game for your collection. Until next time, I'll talk to you tomorrow.